Hi YouTube, it's Rose, and I'm making this video to show you evidence of testimony made in 2012 while Sean was experiencing his trauma with Laura. And of course his memory is perfectly fresh at that time because he's experiencing it, and he's speaking with passion and honesty. And the reason I'm posting both is to show evidence that that was his testimony when it was happening, and he stands on that testimony to this very day. Thank you.
Hi, it's part 2 for the truth about Laura and Sean with the Army of Truth. I'm sorry guys, I really was trying to hold my composure and not get teary-eyed about it. But I'm asking forgiveness for pride, but I do have pride. And I try to hold my composure of it and I keep things bottled up. I don't really talk about things too much, or I do. I don't. When I left, before I left, after seeing the healing video and stuff, when it came to Laura and believing that I was healed, I believed that Laura really was maybe this person, and she had videos where she said she knew who the 2 witnesses were. You know, I talked to those people, and I'm sorry, I don't believe that they're 2 witnesses, and didn't feel right in my spirit. But I believed her because I thought she was the real deal, because I was believing that I was healed and things like that. Although I believed it was by faith, but I thought that she had something. So, I gave in to being deceived. And the way she shared with me later about her family, everything, I couldn't believe how outraged that things could happen like that. So I wound up finding ways to rescue her, had an attorney and everything like that to try to get involved, because it was lies. Although it does say on her paperwork, the last time she ending to get out and stuff, about reading the Bible too much. But I'll tell you what, someone with Laura, she does read the Bible a lot, but the trouble with Laura is that everything that's in the Bible, every person's dream out there, every prophecy that people have made, she believes every dream, every prophecy, everything in the Bible center around her. And I know that might sound crazy, but it's the honest truth. She would watch people's videos or any dream, interpret that all of it had to do with her. When it came down to 2 witnesses, she believed that she was going to birth the 2 witnesses, that it was through her that they had to come under her submission in order for her to birth the 2 witnesses. What really got strange was when her prophecies or anything didn't come true, or when she couldn't understand why people act a certain way, she questioned whether or not they were Christians or not. And then on top of that, she would get puzzled and wondered why things happened that way and couldn't understand it and everything like that. And she goes wrong, and just, she couldn't come down to just fully apologizing. Just said, well, things had to happen in the spiritual. Or she says, well, I could, and the thing was, is she never said that she was wrong. The way she worded it was, she would say, well, I could be wrong. I could be. She never admitted to being wrong. And when it came to me, as long as you're on her side, she will lift you up to giving you to whatever, I guess, you feel you need to hear at that time. Because I honestly thought that Laura was this wonderful person that no one else got to see. I kept wondering why people were coming against her so hard in the beginning with stuff like that, because I was like, well, she doesn't mean them directly by videos, and she doesn't mean, I had no idea that she was doing so much of these emails, that she was attacking people. I had no idea what she was saying to her family, filled with hate. I had no idea until some things I knew when she was getting into my, to later I found out she was getting into my own emails, because at one time I did share my passwords with her, that she was writing people under my own name. And then when she didn't have that, she would access by other people email and say, Sean and I agree, Sean and I included it. I kept telling her over and over again, I said, don't include my name with your ministry or anything like that. I don't want to have anything to do with that. That was when I decided separately because I couldn't watch her videos any longer. The trouble was, is after I got involved in Goddard, and starting with July, I just couldn't feel the need that I'd just leave her anywhere, the street or anything like that. I didn't know what to do. I felt like I was stuck with her, and I had no way to get out of it because I couldn't get out of it. Because what I did was, before I left and not come back from my own place to live, my family, on my father's side, my aunt and uncle were agreeing that I would be able to go back and live with them so that they could help take care of me. But I figured once I was healed, I didn't need that anymore, and went on my journey. And yes, it is pride. I have issues with my family on stuff from childhood and growing up, and I don't blame my family on it. I don't blame my aunt and uncle on it. They had nothing to do with all of that stuff like that. But it was hard for me to live at a place where they judged me on the way my hair was, or that I had a goatee, or all of that. I always felt like I didn't belong. I felt like people were talking behind my back. It was hard for me to live in something like that. And I'm not saying I'm right at all. I'm not. But I didn't want them to put the burden of taking care of me. I offered that I could pay rent, to pay groceries, whatever, and they wouldn't accept it. I know some of y'all might say, well, Sean, that's for living for free and stuff like that. The problem is I don't want people to feel like I'm a burden to people. See, I have to take care of me. So I've had people take care of me in the past. And I don't want to put people through that. So anyway, I felt like I could never go back home. And I was pretty much on my own, and I was stuck with Laura. That's so bad. I wanted to get her out of my life, but I was stuck with her because I didn't know what to do with her. I knew there was issues, and I had to be silent about it. That's the reason why I didn't publicly speak about it. When you live with someone, you're not going to go sit there and make a YouTube video off of someone you live by, especially when you're concerned that there's something's not right. And I had no idea how I was probably right about how she wasn't right. I just didn't know at the time how bad it could get. And I warn people again, all those that have subscribed to Laura, anything that she says, even in the little parts that she's right about scriptures or anything like that. And I say that for any of these people, a lot of these people on YouTube, use your own judgment on discernment. I have chosen not to follow people any more of their teachings online, and I don't want you to do it for me. I started this YouTube channel a year ago now, simply for a place for me to rant, because I was tired of what was happening with Obama and the governmental system and stuff like that. And as I said, the Lord shared with me a while back that I was a general, and I still don't know what all that means, but anyway, that's why I named it the Army of Truth, because of a podcast I did 2 years ago, and I did it simply of just pranks and a thing, and then later when I rededicated my life, I dedicated to do what I did. But I don't want people. I'm not saying I'm right on any of the stuff that I shared with people or what I thought scripturally was, because I don't know. I don't know. But what I will say is that, and I don't know right now. I don't know if I'm qualified to be teaching, to do videos and stuff like that. I've kind of just got away from it, because, you know, if I go after following someone like Laura and being deceived, then what qualifications do I really have if I'm that gullible to do anything? So the only thing that I can do, and you can judge this or not, is I can warn you about what not to do, or what from my own experience, and you can take that with a grain of salt, and you can walk with it and say, well, Sean did go through this with situations, and maybe can learn that, because I'm pretty good perfect about telling you how to screw up stuff in your life, because that's what I've done. I screwed up a lot of stuff in my life that I really regret. Really regret. I got some family members that I have really hurt because of the beliefs and stuff that comes with pride and arrogance. And I wish I could take it all back. I wish I could. I really do. But what's done, it's done. And I do believe that we reap what we sow, so I have to go through things. I have to go through things because of what I've done. And even though I know that I can be forgiven by people and God, it doesn't mean that I can't, I still am just left where I don't have to go through the stuff, or the suffering, or the wilderness, because my experience, you have to. And I'm not saying I'm right. It's just the bad choices I made in my life, like the surgery and stuff like that. I pay the consequences for it. I live with pain, usually on a daily basis, and not able to function like I normally could. And I'm just praying that I can get strength enough that I can get a job doing the little work just so that I can pay stuff, because I have really nothing now. My phone has been suspended. I am completely in debt. I have no savings, and I have just enough to survive a little bit, and just a little left over to get groceries and stuff. And I need to get some type of work to do something, because helping Laura out, I know people wouldn't believe it, and I won't get the actual figure or what it really is. I only said that she owed me $5,000, and I know I'll never see that money. Never. But she just cost me over $15,000. Way over that. Way over. We're talking about in the 20s. I'm just being moderate on things. And I'm saying with me included and stuff like that. I mean, what I've done is just with interest. Just people on YouTube, beware of people that are false prophets. And just because they look pretty on camera, or they smile, or they can say anything in the world, doesn't mean. And I have learned that when the Bible says, that when anyone that confesses with their mouth they believe in Jesus Christ, you know what? That just doesn't mean all of it there. It doesn't mean that people were in error, because I'm going to tell you, Laura literally said she believed in the Bible, believed in Jesus Christ, believed all of this, and I was fooled. Just as I was fooled as these people that's come around saying here they don't believe in the Word of God and the Bible. That's completely wrong, in my view, because I don't see how you can go against that. And these people, a lot of these people out here probably have past drug issues, and I'm talking hardcore drugs or something that cause problems, and they don't have it all right. It's you got to have solid foundations within churches, and I wouldn't go by just someone simply on YouTube and just speaking their mouth, because you don't have to have any credentials. Even if churches are not right to go to, at least there is solid foundations, and they have places that can help people and stuff like that, regardless of what you believe. There's so many people out there talking about how the church is evil and you're not going to make it because of it, and 501c3. You know what? We're all in the governmental system. Every single one of us. You get a paycheck every week. None of us can fully get out of the system. We can only do the best we can with the knowledge. But we all have problems. So there's not a way completely to get out of everything, because we're entangled into it. So anyone that wants to come against the 501c3 churches with individuals, those that want to get rid of it, how do you get by each day, each week, each month? I'm sure when you go to the store and you go buy things, you're paying taxes on it. So does that not mean you're part of the system? Even when you choose not to, you're part of it. There's not a way that you're going to fully get out of it. There's nothing you can do about it. I've been wanting to say that a long time because I've just seen so much bad videos lately that I felt that I was supposed to be silent and quiet for a while and not respond about things. But again, please pray for Laura. She needs help, really. I need help. She needs prayer. I need prayer. And pray for her family. She has done a lot of bad stuff to her family. She really has. I mean, just really bad stuff. Then yesterday, what she shared with me, and just saying how evil I am for everything, just evil. I heard it over and over again how bad. She just told me over and over again how evil I am, and twisted the lies with a cop, saying that I'm a thief and all of this stuff like that. She owes me money. How am I a thief to her? Anyway, that's it. I might come back later. God bless.